she goes,
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Quorum is present. I will call the meeting to order. Everybody remember, general housekeeping items. Please make sure that you signed in. Restrooms accessible through the shop. Comments as you see fit. Just keep them concise and to the point that we're talking about. I have reviewed the minutes from 7/6. I had a couple updates. Did you tweak those? So got those changes in.
Jimmy had some comments.
Okay, so make a motion to approve the minutes. Discuss.
Approved minutes.
Okay. Guys, all in favor, say yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Old business, 50th Street update. Wow. 50th. Yeah. Yeah. Nailed it. Big time. So at the last meeting, we were thinking that maybe may not get it done until August. May have to come in and do it ourselves. But the county was rolling along, and they showed up with a fantastic crew and very efficient. And just got it done. What is fun? So it's only, it hasn't even been a week, has it? It's been 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks. I'm all messed up.
the concrete truck's been running on it.
So, the county got it done a couple of Tuesdays ago. It was very nice, and we've got one area, the south lane. It's really bad from Briar running west, a little past Crossroads, where it looks like they didn't get some tar down.
They just missed center line for a little bit for ways.
So it's okay. Hopefully they're going to come back and fix it.
We're working to get that.
He's going to handle it. So
Don't worry.
that Ted got some new delineators up. That pretty much wraps up 50th for us. Thank God. All right, new tractor lease update. If you guys saw that, the new tractor is here. Had a lot happen. This month. So, first thing that we had to do was sell the old Kubota and the mower that was with it. The day after we had our last meeting, I had John Deere come back with a proposal for a trade-in at $26,000, which I thought was pretty nice. But I said, okay, if they're willing to give us $26,000, then we could probably put it on the market and get a little bit more to help us with everything that we want to do. So I posted it on Facebook Marketplace for $35,000, and had some low offers, and had one guy that was pretty serious and negotiated with him, and ended up getting everything sold for $32,000. So I think we came out pretty good on that. So we have got copies here for everybody, and I need to clarify some things. I misspoke when I was going over all the details of the tractor lease program in the meeting last month. So not only am I getting a little bit more for the we got a good amount for the Kubota, but I went back and forth, and I said this a couple of times. Thank you, John, for recording so that I can watch it. But I had mentioned once that it included a loader, and then I said it didn't include the loader. Well, it does include the loader. There is no loader on it right now because they had a little snafu, and so they owe us a loader. They're going to, I guess they're going to have to come pick the tractor up and take it in and then have it put on. But we get a new tractor and a new loader every 12 months. We got this big boy out here, the 6M, 155 horsepower. So for whatever reason, the loader is actually cheaper. So it's $8,400 plus $700 is what our cost is. So $9,100. So it brings us down to $758.33 a month. And then in the contract that they sent me, the rep before in his email correspondence with me had said that the overage was going to be $55 an hour if we went over the 350 hours, and I mentioned that at the last meeting. Well, that's not what's in the contract. In the contract, it's $33.08 an hour. So, all better with that. So, and then we reviewed. So we talked about getting another bid on the rotary cutter or the mower. I got 4 additional bids. I made copies for you guys. You, one for you guys. That's one quote. That's another quote. We couldn't get another quote on the ear because Prairie Land's the only one that has it. So the ear was about in the middle. I went back to them. I asked them if they could help us out a little bit more. They took $500 off, and we discussed whether we really needed to have the heavy-duty mower or whether we could get by with the medium-duty mower for a little bit less price. And talking with Ted and Randy and Thomas, we decided that we would be okay going with the medium-duty mower, so we saved some money on that.
That's kind of what other townships are doing as well, right?
Correct. So we got the tractor and the mower that was delivered last Tuesday, and yeah, it was the Tuesday before that we got the road done. Then later that day the guy came and picked up the tractor, so it was a busy day. So the next thing that we want to do with the tractor and just with the township in general is we want to trim trees. And we've got to trim trees. We can't even mow a lot of the stuff because we can't get the mower down close enough to mow, or else we'll scratch it up and end up buying or paying fees on the mower. So we're looking at a grapple attachment, right, for the front to go with the loader. And 3 or 4 of us have been looking at grapple attachments. And so I'd like to hopefully try to make a decision tonight and see if we can move forward with getting something so that we can start working on some trees. We looked at these for each of you. Ted. Got one here. Another one. This is going to take the longest part of the meeting. Sorry, guys. So the first one that I handed out to you is several that I got from Deere. There's some different pictures on there. What we're trying to do when we go out and clean up this tree debris, and we're doing it different as we talked about. We're not shredding them all up, so we've got all this mess. But it's not like we just have these perfectly big chunks of trees. So like if you look at the John Deere, the AB20G, okay, that size of grapple. We just had great big beautiful brush piles that, yeah, we could come in and snag that. They're just huge pieces of cedars that have been cut off at the ground. Problem definitely go ahead.
Statistically, that's I guess what you're getting at is statistically, cleanup's been the biggest problem with taking care of the trees.
It takes 2 seconds to cut it. Takes
People that mulch it and mean, it's in the mulch that ends up in the culverts, it plugs it up.
Yes.
They can cut it later, it's just, the cleanup's been the biggest deal, so you're wanting to prepare ourselves so that we can do the cleanup once someone saws the stuff down and leaves it lay.
We think so. So Daryl Graham did some tree trimming up on his property today with the machine that he has. I need to go up and look at it. We all do. So it cut him off. He's got it all piled up. And then I talked to Jim Folston. I've got to go up and meet with Jim about him having a place for us to haul all this stuff to. But that's going to be a test section. So 2 Saturdays ago, Randy and I went. There was a guy had a deal on Facebook. It's probably still on there. It was a pretty fancy, brand new German-made saw, 3 blades, evil-looking thing, but about 10 trillion moving parts and high maintenance and really not what we want. I'm interested to see this item that Daryl has because it's very few moving parts. And it sounds like we can put it, one of the reasons I'll get to this attachment deal is if we put the grapple on the tractor versus putting it on the skid steer, we can get, well, not just the grapple, but more this cutter, I guess. Here's one more.
You use your skid steer to cut with and the tractor to clean up.
I got a bunch. So this kind of more what we're wanting to, I think, my overseers and Ted, if you guys will correct me if I'm wrong, but we're wanting something that is not solid on the bottom so that we're not picking up lots of fines, super fines. And we don't want something that's so big that we don't get the fines that we need. So like that AV20G, it's too big. And this one here is probably not big enough. It's probably too tight. So this one it's coming from Bobcat. It's actually made by M&M Attachments. It's made like down in Coffeyville. And there's the gentleman, Daryl Meyerschmidt, that I used to live around. Huh?
Meyerschmidt.
Okay, he's from trees. I talked to him. So he said he's been through a bunch of them, and this is what he recommended that we get. Looks like it's pretty well made. They make them in 6-inch and 12-inch. I think guys, after we talked, we decided that 6-inch would be kind of about the right size.
Spacing?
Yeah, so the spacing between the teeth here. So if we go with something solid, we're picking up too much stuff, like that. This is not that much different than solid. On the AV20G, we're too wide.
The recommendation from Meyerschmidt, that attachment, does it go on the loader or the Bobcat or both?
It can go on both.
Wow, okay.
It can go on both if we do this. We put this, so this is an attachment that we would buy for the tractor for $1,200, and then we would be able to put any skid steer attachment on the tractor.
Now, it's his recommendation off of basically the robustness of the attachment? Is that what that's
well, a couple of things. The robustness, the quality of the manufacturer, and then he said one of the other big things about this is it not having anything once you do have it picked up and you're trying to drop it. So that's what we're all talking, we have to look at efficiency. So when we're talking about price, we want to think about our labor and how long it's going to take us to do stuff. So yeah, we can buy something that's cheaper, but if it doesn't work well, we can't move fast with it. So since this doesn't have a whole bunch of stuff for everything to hang up on, we're grabbing what we want and we're putting it in a truck. We're moving it where we want in a quick manner. And that was one of his big points of that one.
That's the one Daryl recommended.
Yeah.
He's been through a lot of them, so he's traded them all. He's pretty particular, so.
Yeah, it looks really well built. I mean, my own personal experience, I've tore up a few grapples that were underbuilt. The tines are really easy to bend on most of them, and this one's really well thought out.
So it's
So,
The 8020G was, I have all the price written on it. Too much.
again, the Bobcat grapple fits on the tractor and the Bobcat.
Yeah, if we buy the,
Okay,
adapter. I think the AV20G is comparable in price
Yeah, it's
to the,
5,800.
to this.
It's 5,800.
A little bit more. I don't know, so then you go down to some of these other ones that he had was 4,300.
But the issue with the 8020G, if I.
The AV20, it's too big.
It's, yeah,
It's gonna, stuff's gonna, we're not thinking of,
right.
it's too widely.
Your tines are too far apart?
Yes.
Which is gonna defeat the purpose of, picking up the smaller stuff and whatnot. And the other part of it is when you got a space like that,
Oh, 5821.
it's a lot easier to bend them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these little spikes that it's got onto, that's what he's talking about, holding up, catching on stuff that you're trying to sell.
So what would we put this cutter on?
So that's an adapter that would stay on our tractor. We would own that. So each year that they took the loader off, then we would keep that.
But we would
So
be
that
cutting
will-
trees with the tractor?
That will allow us, we can do both.
Or you can put that on
That,
anywhere?
that will allow any skid steer. So this is a skid steer attachment. So we would need that for this to go on to the tractor.
Oh.
Same as this cutter that Daryl has, it goes on a skid steer. And you can run it on a skid steer, but the cool thing about putting it on a tractor is we can get it up higher. So that was one of the things that Randy and I looked at a lot of, is there's all kinds of stuff down on the bottom that we can get, and we need to get, but then that doesn't take care of the canopies.
You can also put, if you have that, you can put any skid steer attachment on. So if we need something else down the road,
Yeah.
more versatility, skid steers tied up
So
somewhere.
none of these quotes are for an actual cutter?
No.
And a cutter, I wouldn't yet, I try everybody else's to see what works. Everybody has their own opinion.
People, we can pay people to come in and do some cutting and see how it goes, and then we can come in behind and be doing the cleanup. So we got our dump trucks, we got a skid steer, we got a tractor, we're cleaning up, hauling to where people will let us dump or to our dump sites.
We talked to a guy just to see, right? And I can't remember exactly where he's at, but a bucket truck and like a couple of guys.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to check his insurance and stuff, but he was
willing to do,
incredibly cheap.
yeah, he was basically willing to do Indianola from like 254 all the way up to the bridge for, I mean, he's gonna be like a couple $1,000s, right?
It wasn't, he,
Just.
I can't remember what his hour, it was like,
It's $200 an hour for the bucket.
it was
for the bucket
$200
truck.
an hour for 2 employees and
A bucket truck and a skid
truck
steer.
and a skid steer.
We're just leaving it in
Can't-
piles.
Yeah. I mean, so that's a really good, one. So, I mean, there's a lot of tree trimming guys out there that we can
I've
try.
been around for a while. Cause my brother-in-law Murdoch was talking about someone at $200 an hour to clean.
Yeah, well, I mean.
So I'm getting complaints from Murdoch. I'm getting complaints from Murdoch from people driving down. I mean, it's pretty much one of our biggest
Yeah.
items that we've got to take care of. We can't, trees and ditches is what we've got to take care of. And it obviously are roads, but we can't do anything with ditches until we get the trees
Like, I
out
think
of
it's been the
there.
hardest thing, is getting the tree down maybe is not that hard of a deal, but cleaning up is kind of the thing.
So I would make a motion that we do the M&M attachment through Bobcat and that we get the adapter to go with the tractor.
Now, do you have in mind where you want to pull that money from? Like, are we wanting to use special machinery money for that, or are we saving this for?
Well, so
This
we
year?
should have a little bit from
The sale.
the sale of the tractor. We shouldn't have to be
Which a lot of
pulling
that's
too
going
much.
to go to the mower, right?
The mower was 26, so we got, what, $6,000
Yeah,
there. So we're not having to pull very much.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, with your guys' knowledge base and with you talking to the guy that does trees for a living. I mean,
Ted, how do you feel about having the adapter on the tractor?
Yeah, we gotta have the adapter, yeah, I'd like to have the versatility to do both the track loader and the tractor loader. Tractor and the
Skid loader.
skid loader.
And I think that we will make up the difference in, versus going from something maybe at 4,300 or a different price. I think that in efficiency and the machine holding up, I think that we'll come out ahead on that.
And how far do we have to take this stuff, the limbs and trees that we cut down?
Oh, you mean how far we have to haul it?
Yeah.
Well, we work on that as we go in sections. So like right now where Daryl is trimming along in Indianola, where we want to continue, Indianola's bad, Waukeen's bad, but, just like how we took care of 50th, everybody in this room helped take care of 50th. And that, the people throughout the township, if we all got problems, everybody's got to help jump in and be part of the problem. And everybody's been very nice and willing to do that. So if say we got this 1 mile, surely we can find somebody close, to where we can hopefully dump it on their land, and then we'll come in the wintertime if we need to, help them burn that, do whatever we need to do.
That particular stretch, he's found a landowner that's willing to let us pile it there, so it's hoping to, that's always been the caveat of trimming the trees, is hauling it clear to the south end of the township to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Best thing to everybody.
If we go in-
Find a landowner that's willing to take.
We go in and we say, hey, we're gonna fix your road for you, we're gonna get the trees all cut back off the road. Usually people are, again, well, we got great people throughout the township, so they're helpful.
So what do I say? I second it? Did you first it?
You have to, second my motion and then we put it for a vote. You second my motion?
I second your motion.
Okay, I vote that we, buy this attachment, for the tractor for $1,200 from Deere, and then the Hydro Rake Extreme for $7,018 from Bobcat. Do I have a second?
Yes, I second that.
I vote yea for it, yes.
All right,
I'll vote for it, yeah.
motion passes with 3 yeas. Excellent.
You have a commitment date that they're gonna deliver the loader yet?
He mentioned to me the other, I think he emailed me Monday morning, said that it was gonna be like a week or so, and I said, it's fine. I said, we're trying to get our ditches mowed, so that it was our, and this was a 2-week lead time. So if I give him the okay in the morning, so that should all work out about perfect.
So the sale of the mower basically covered that with a couple $1,000.
Pretty much, yeah. I think we came out okay.
For sure.
All right, cool. Okay, we needed to, so we did have, we're doing better tonight. This is just a revote, clarify the employee manual and the job descriptions. Then no changes, just wanted to clarify from the last meeting. I'm voted in favor of adopting the employee handbook. Jimmy, what's your vote?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Brady, yes? Okay. We, 3 yays to adopt the employee handbook. Very good. All right, new business. Staff update. Sam Brown. It's our man right here. Say hi to everybody.
Come aboard.
So, Thomas was out running the blade down 50th, and Sam, so eager to join the awesome team here, and he comes running down the road and jumps in front of the, no, I'm just kidding. But no, he really did see him out there and flag Thomas down. I'm very glad you did. Sam came on board, not quite a month ago, about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
All this
right,
coming up
right.
on a month. Got his feet wet out there on 50th Street. I asked him to come tonight because he when he started, he's like, hey, how does all this work? And I kind of said, well, you can kind of ask the 3 of us. I think I said, when I got sworn in. I said, is there some kind of a manual or a book or something that I could have that help me? No, just figure it out. So that's what I told Sam. I said, you just gotta start working and you see things that need to be done and just get them done, please. And so we worked on that. We kind of refined things and moved towards the cemeteries. And I threw a challenge at Sam and I said, you know, we really need somebody to take over the cemeteries and head them up and keep them mowed and looking good. And I don't know if any of you have been by anywhere or looked at them close, but they look just outstanding, the best they've looked in a long time. So good job with tackling that, taking that head on. We're going to talk about some things. In addition to that, Jimmy's son has been working part-time, working with Sam. So those guys have got our cemeteries mowed and trimmed like they've never been before. We had heavy grass built up all over them from all the June rain, and we got a backpack blower to get some heavy air volume, got all that stuff cleaned off. But we wanted to get some stuff clarified, just out in the open. I want to have it on video for anybody that wants to see and know. But we've got some issues. Mitch you had this happen, you mentioned to me, not in any one of our cemeteries, but decorations and things like that. So it's a touchy issue. Sam's taking pride in what he's doing. Jimmy's taking pride in what he's doing with the cemetery. So they want to be as respectful as they can possibly be, but obviously we have to get these things mowed and trimmed in a reasonable amount of time. And then there's also some items with safety concerns, and we ran into one of those specifically today with some glass base. Obviously, you had sitting out there. So feel free, either one of you guys that are kind of into this, to jump in or say kind of talk about what your concerns are, or your questions, or what you'd like us to clarify.
I have some pictures, but I am very new. I haven't attacked a lot of this stuff before, but as far as keeping things secure, even the backpack blower, it's going to knock something over and it's going to break, and then if we just ignore it, it's going to be a continual issue. I've run into things that have been continually ran over, so I'm worried about securing those items, but it's the excess of them.
So and I know you've got the rules there, and Mike help us out with this stuff. So they're getting into stuff that's not in vases. The rules say that if they're not inside of vases, they can only be out there for a certain amount of time. Mm-hmm. What's your opinion on just getting stuff picked up, and do we take it, put it in an area? I mean, what Mitch the mowers came through and just took everybody's stuff and threw it in a ditch apparently. And we're not going to do that. So do we make a box or a pile over there by the dirt piles?
We have that little little wall that you could put it over there in the corner where the dirt piles are.
Yeah,
if
that's
it's
why
a vase of some type. Generally, like if he's got a glass vase, a lot of them will show up around Memorial Weekend.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they'll come back and pick them up, but sometimes they don't. Some people leave them there, so it's kind of always been the
I'm sure there's people that pass through town, don't live around here, they put stuff out or whatever.
Yeah, we typically let it go about, it's 10 days on the rules out there. And we've let it go a little longer before that, another week or so, and then Brent's always went, Brent was the last one, he always went and picked all that stuff up. I never really had to worry about it. So he would pick up the stuff that shouldn't be there and got it out of the way. I think it just kind of got a little overabundance this year, it looked like to me.
I would say just to use your best judgment. If it looks like it's been abandoned, if it's all torn up,
It's
scattered
ratty.
around, just get it picked up. If it's really ratty, just throw it away. If you think it might look like it might mean something to somebody and it's okay, set it back over there by the dirt pile.
Because if it disappears, they're gonna call me
Yeah, like
You first.
like there's a boot on one of them, there's treats, toys, there's beer bottle, pop cans, you know, there's all that.
Brent would pick them beer bottles and cans up because they'd blow over eventually, and he'd just pick them up and go on the little trinkets you want to leave in there,
Yeah, I agree.
because that's probably a kid or a grandkid.
Leave them on the graves or move them back to the,
I would leave them right there on the graves, because if you take them off,
is there too much of that to be efficiently mowing?
It's more safety and, you know, making it clear that I don't wanna break something, but there is a lot of areas where it's just overgrown already because there's
And-
too much stuff.
and two, the other way to leave that is, if they put that much stuff on there and it gets overgrown, just get as close as you can and go on, and we'll tell them, well, you got a lot of stuff on there and we're not touching it, so you're good.
So there's
Sorry.
another thing, part of that, can I just throw this in here about, we talk about the roundup?
Oh, yeah.
So Jimmy had asked about, could we round up around the headstones? And I think probably it's too late in a year this year to maybe worry about it, but, and I've been looking around a lot. I haven't seen where they do it very often.
If it could eat up crabgrass alone, that would, but I don't know of a roundup that strictly eats crabgrass.
No, it's gonna Roundup's non-selective, it's gonna kill whatever's.
It's more just
Well,
like
they got a
a
stone.
border around the stones just to reduce the amount of weed eating that has to happen.
Yeah,
But you'd have to probably,
Let's-
start it at the beginning of the year where
Yeah.
it doesn't grow and then.
Let's work on that this winter, on coming up with we should be able to do that ourselves. Let's work on maybe coming up with some costs and about how many times we think we would have to do that. And you can get with me on that. I've got resources from my industry that can help with that, so. But, yeah, go ahead.
There's a product called Mad Dog, and all it does is stunt the growth. It doesn't kill the grass.
Yeah.
It just stunts the grass for a month or two, so you don't have to weed so much.
Plant growth inhibitor.
Well, as somebody that has family out there, I'd be more for that Mad Dog than Roundup.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure with knowing the community, if you go to putting Roundup around all them stones, you're gonna.
And maybe that might be a better solution on like these kind of deserted.
Yeah, you'd probably get away with it on them, maybe, but somebody will probably bitch, but you could probably get away with it on those, especially like on this one where it's closed, because you'll only see maybe 3-4 times a year, you'll see some new flowers out there once in a while, and that's about it. So,
Then that small one on Andover Road or.
probably, I've seen a couple times where they put flowers out there, but that's like a hit and miss. It's every
Well,
couple years, but
For safety, especially if the glass is broken, or if it's, if you can tell that it's been out there, it hasn't been attended to. You're probably getting a feel for that, for who the people that you're seeing out there on a regular basis, and there are some people that go out there on a regular basis, and I've got some really nice feedback from them complimenting on Sam and Jimmy's work. So
and the one thing you might do, Sam, is if you go and remove something, let me know, because being the sexton of the cemetery, that's who they usually call first, so then that way I have knowledge of it, so.
But what about like fake flowers shoved in the ground? They've taken a lot of those out.
Yeah.
We fill up that trash can in a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them needed to be gone. I told Colson that, I said pick him up, and he just
They
did.
fade.
I say we follow what the sign says on that. It's
Yeah,
10 days,
10
right?
days, unless it's in the permanent holder.
It's not in the permanent holder, once you've seen it there for a week and it's not looking
How
over.
often do you have to mow it?
It's going to be weekly for right now.
It depends on what because of the crabgrass grows no matter what the rain does. But it does, it is gonna slow down a little bit this month because we had, second wettest June on record, and then now it hasn't rained. Actually, it's rained here. We got more rain here at the shop and at at the main cemetery, then, I mean, Wichita got like hardly anything, and we got dumped on up here. So,
It's about a week to 10 days.
It just depends, they're, yeah, going around, so. That answer your questions?
Yep. We're using our discretion, I just wanna clean up some things, so like, the next guy that goes around.
You want them just to text you on each
Yeah.
one? Just, you want to send a
I believe we already
send a
have
picture of
each
the
other's number.
headstone?
Yeah, I'll get with you afterwards here.
Okay.
All right. I'm just gonna take care of this while we're on cemetery stuff, but we had asked at the last meeting about a little plaque or memorial for, oh, sorry, you don't get one of these. It's your idea though. For Brent, and so I sent it over to my friends at Signs Now. I said I would like a quote that we can modify this. Just said, in loving memory of Brent Pickering, thank you for all your years of hard work and dedication to Benton Township in these cemetery grounds. And then so I sent them a picture of that deal where it's got the cemetery improvement committee. And they've got a couple of just these white signs. If we go up with these bronze deals, they're extremely expensive. So I don't know what y'all are thinking. The poly metal, like these other white ones, it would be $45 for one of those. It's called aluminum precision tooled would be $500, or bronze, like what's on the lines pole, would be $750. So. We've got two of these other ones with people's names and stuff out there. I just think it'd be a match that, so, I'll make a motion and a vote to do the $45.
Second.
Ready?
I guess I voted
Good.
yes.
Okay. Is that wording okay? Let me read that again.
Yeah.
In loving memory of Brent Pickering, thank you for all your years of hard work and dedication to Benton Township and these cemetery grounds. And am I spelling his name? It's B-R-E-N-T, right? Pickering, P-I-C-K-E-R-I-N-G.
I believe that's correct.
I think that's, the records I've seen, I think that's correct.
And the update on that, I haven't heard from his son, so that's what I'm waiting on.
Okay.
And it'll be a private service, just family service, the last I knew.
Okay. All right. Well, we already we covered the tree trimming with that stuff, and so we'll get the grapples coming, and we'll start on Indianola. Daryl Graham has already cut some of the trees, and then we're gonna cut some more, and then I'll let you guys know, and we'll coordinate on getting the time set to haul up to Jim Folsom, one of Jim Folsom's fields. So, you guys with Apple stuff, we don't have to take the time up now, but we've got to get to where we're having some kind of a workable, easy order to, rather than just texts flying all over the place, emails flying all over the place, pictures flying over the place. But we get one spot where when any one of us sees something, Brady, I'm sorry. I'll buy you an Apple phone if you want, but then this way you don't have to worry about it. Jake and I run V3 completely off of this Apple Notes. So if I get a call from a customer, or he gets a call from a customer, whatever, you go in and put it in Apple Notes. I can put whatever I want, photographs, what's to be done, and then we've got that on the to-do list. Then somebody can go back in and follow up, write who did it on that day. So you guys you're both on Apple, right? You guys are both on Apple now. I am, so we can all just put stuff in and we can all see it and work off of one common spot. So we'll work on that.
And I'll look into see what Android can do to
I don't think he can get it to communicate.
Oh, Jammer's getting rid of some iPads, so maybe
Oh, yeah, you have an iPad?
we can set him up on.
I strictly am.
Hey man, I was too, I'm about, what, 40 days in?
I'd beat him into a pulp about it.
Maybe I'll ask work to give me a work phone, because they're all Apple, but I also don't want work phones. So,
Okay, I wanted to clarify the upcoming budget meeting that we're required to do for the county. That is a separate meeting that we have to hold. Rather, that's because that's not the first Monday of the month.
Well,
We
the
have to-
first Monday is Labor Day.
But all you have to do is start, just at your regular meeting here,
Okay,
is you open a meeting, you run through that, you adjourn that meeting,
yep.
and then you can just start your regular township meeting.
So is that is the 14th the next Monday
The next
then?
Monday after,
Yeah.
that's why.
Perfect. So,
You should have that.
yeah, we've got the
You-
whole script.
You should have that script that she lays
Yep.
out, and if you
Yep.
don't understand,
Yep.
that she'll put it together, you should be able to run through that pretty quickly and close that out, and you start your regular meeting.
All right.
Do we have to, we run through it and we have to sign something? Is that what we do?
We have to give blood and everything else.
I can't remember.
We'll
what
have to,
the
we'll have to-
signatures on that
we'll
deed.
make sure and review that. It's been a couple months since we've been
Yeah.
up there with her, and since it's all for our first time, so.
yeah, I'll go back through my notes and refresh myself.
Overseer, or trustees report, sorry. I wanted to point out how much better just the entire facility, both inside and outside, looks since Ted has been here and since Sam has come on board. Both of them are working great just to get them, stuff was just a mess, and it just keeps getting better every day, so thank you guys very much for everything that you continue to do to keep our facilities looking good. And I also wanted to say, Brady, thank you too. And I'm gonna probably massacre her last name, Michelle, your wife, Machado. She did just a fantastic job for us on all the communications, working with 50th and everything. So please send out a thank you to her. Thank you very much, Michelle. Great job. One thing I missed on 50th, is it fogging that we're gonna do?
Yeah, they have I guess later in the fall when the weather cools off, Ergon has a fog seal product that's relatively inexpensive to basically.
It's gonna cut down the dust and it's gonna improve the color.
Oh,
So
I was wondering how that
any of the chips that are like on top, I mean, over time, they eventually get beat down on top there, but this basically paints the limestone
Yeah.
black so that it doesn't, it's a relatively inexpensive, and I guess the county, everybody's does that stuff, but it's mostly September, October. And so the product
Does it have
itself.
a purpose other than making it black?
Yeah, it actually
It's
seals.
dusty now.
It actually seals, I mean, shit.
So like
water.
that middle section, is that you
Well,
did?
that little, we're gonna fix that middle section now, working with the county, I mean, we're gonna make that happen. That's gonna be a separate deal.
When are we gonna get a bill for that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm excited to get a final price on 50th. I know everybody wants to know that. What did it cost to do 50th? So it's been a whole year that we've been talking about it, so we want to know. So yeah, I mean, I don't know who will get it, but we'll share it the second we get it. If whoever gets it, blast it around right away so we can see.
Where are we at now? Do we know?
On,
$21,600. For 50th.
oh, you're talking total on 50th? I haven't added that up. Once I get this final number, next meeting, I'll give you guys a total. hopefully, we'll have to build
Safety and security wise, I can't remember if I mentioned this before. I had done some in the previous month that added. They're all done now. I've got air tags in all of our key pieces of equipment and trucks.
Didn't somebody steal the backhoe one year? Or that was before the fence?
No, they just started up the boat and drove it through the gates.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
No good. So,
Is there one in that white truck?
yes.
I was
Was
wondering.
it beeping at you?
No, I was like wondering, man, why am I getting followed around here?
What do you mean followed around?
No, it said unknown. I don't think you and I talked about it. I didn't know there was.
Yes,
a air tag.
they're in all the trucks and they're in
Yeah.
all the key pieces of equipment.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got. I don't know why that's funny.
Was that your trustee report also?
Yeah.
So that does just a couple of minutes for us.
I mean, I didn't say when it had to be over. I said.
I thought you said by 7:29.
I said I wanted it to be, no, I said 29 minutes, so I knew that wasn't gonna happen. We had to discuss this tractor. Look how much we're getting accomplished. This
I
is-
agree.
it's-
It's good. All right.
And nobody's pissed, I don't think anybody's, raise your hand if you're pissed off. Jack,
Yeah,
are
what?
you pissed off? Okay,
You guys do beautiful work.
all right, cool.
Deal.
So for our general fund, we are, what, 58% of the way through the year? We are at 51% of our expenditures for the general fund, so we're doing well there. Yeah. The road fund, we're at 48% of our annual budget spent, right? That is not including whatever the chip seal costs on 50th, but it does include that large expenditure that we got at the end of, or that hit the books right at the beginning of this month that we talked about last month for the BD2 that we have got on all the roads. So I think we're still looking good there. One thing that we did talk about, or John and I have talked about briefly, we had budgeted $24,000 this year for tree trimming, and currently our spend on that is $22,500. So
Yeah.
we will have to probably just
There
shift
is,
some money around.
there is 5,500 of the 5,000 or 5,500 of that went for trimming the trees on 50th.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether we want to consider that. I mean, trees have to be trimmed on 50th just like they have to be trimmed anywhere else. So I don't know if that should be included as part of that or not. I guess we'll see what happens. But we don't have a lot left to spend out of that fund on outside vendors. But that's why we're doing stuff like this, is because that we can come in and do stuff ourselves.
Yeah, it's at $200 an hour for that.
Or that, and with guys like Daryl going out and cutting a huge section of stuff themselves, I mean, all that stuff helps, just like all the volunteer work they got done out on 50th, all that stuff helps.
And so specifically for road material, we're at 59%, so we're pretty much right on par for the year. But again, we'll wait and see what 50th costs right before we look at maybe ordering a lot more gravel for anything else.
And I haven't had very many calls at all about road issues or anything, so Ted, thanks for knowing where to go, when, and,
Try to reclaim a lot of it out of the ditches and put it back on the road. That helps a lot too, when I find a bare spot.
Absolutely. Okay.
Special machinery remains unchanged, still have $65,000 there. And then same for FEMA, we have $160,000.
That FEMA amount from June, so like to find out if we might get that, like 20 or 20, that takes like forever.
I haven't heard.
We wouldn't like find that out for like a couple of years or something, or?
No,
No, it's quicker than that, but I haven't heard back from any of the county or the state.
I think we'll probably, unless something comes up or we need it, we'll throw that stuff in tree trimming, dude.
And the job hasn't, or that incident, that storm hasn't showed up in the FEMA,
Okay.
.gov site.
Sorry, Jim.
Don't interrupt. So that's it from budget stuff. I did, since we're all new here, I did talk with Mike last week, and I got some clarification on township cemetery fees. I was unable to find a lot of this in past minutes, so I just wanted to kind of go over it, just so that we're all on the same page, and then we can get them in the minutes, so we have something to go off of going forward. So, and Mike, correct me if I'm wrong on any of this. This is, okay, so a lot fee for township residents costs $400, for non-township residents it costs $1,200 for a lot in any of our cemeteries. Or 2 open ones, right? Indianola and open and close fees for a casket is $500. If you do it on if it happens on a weekend, it's $700. If it happens on a holiday weekend, it's $900, right? So it goes up to $200 for a premium for each of those occasions. Cremation, $250 for a weekday, $450 for a weekend, and a holiday weekend would be $650. There's a sexton fee that comes straight from the funeral home to Mike, the sexton, for $50. Is that right?
Yeah.
And that's for marking of the grave.
Marking out the grave when it's the time to be open for service.
And then the open and close fee must be paid at time of funeral, no prepayments allowed. And then just for clarification on what Mike charges as the sexton. So commission for selling a lot, $50 goes to the sexton paid by the township. The hourly rate for opening and closing the grave is $30 an hour, and then the sexton receives, or whoever opens and closes it receives that weekend or holiday premium directly paid to them.
The overage went to the
overage.
whoever done it.
They're the ones taking the time to do that on their weekends and holidays. But got clarification on that, just wanted to make sure we had that after that.
Yeah, and I think it's a good arrangement for the township. Mike, you said it's a good arrangement for you, so we're thankful for you to be able to do that. We hope that we can continue with that.
Yeah, I may need to have Ted dig if they want to do a 10 o'clock service or something, or cover something up, because they tend to like to have it covered up shortly after.
Sam wants to learn that stuff too.
And we can teach him.
And then Mike also agreed he's going to provide me an invoice probably around the 25th, near the end of each month, so we can pay him what he's due and have it ready for our meeting every month.
Not to change what you got going on or anything, but wouldn't it, one time, didn't we have we talked about a flat fee rather than an hourly rate, figure up average on what it would do to what you would have in open and closing grade, or just do a flat fee?
Well, you might have at one time, I don't remember. Because I was on the clock at the time.
Yeah, we talked about it, but we never really, I don't know if that went through there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how, it might be easier, I don't know if it's easier
Well,
for you.
I think that would work out well, especially if he's providing, an invoice. Hey, this is what I did. I did 2 opens and closing, one was on the weekend, right?
Because right now, the last few that I've dug, when I've come in here after work, because generally they call and I try to get them to give me 3 days notice before they have one. But sometimes it's a little shorter than that, and I harp on the funeral homes, like, hey, well, if I got service already planned, right. But anyhow, point being is, I can come in here, if the dump truck's here in the backhoe or the mini, whatever, generally, if I don't have to lay the mats out, and if it's hard and dry out there, I can load up, drive out there, and about 2 to 3 hours, I can have the whole dug and equipment back to the shop.
Jump in, Ted. You look awful anxious there.
Well, yeah.
You heard Matt. You heard Max.
There's a flat fee and an hourly fee. It all depends on the elements. Like Mike said, I mean, if it's snowy and hard and it's frozen, it could take you all day.
Well, that's what I'm saying, that is if weather condition, it might be easier for everybody to just have a flat fee, and if it snows and it's raining, that's a different fee. But I'm not trying to.
2 hours, we
Something
dug it
to think
6.
about,
And the ditch, the east side takes longer than the.
Yeah.
There are a lot of.
Yeah.
Just you get
Something to
get
think about,
back
something
up,
to think about.
communicate with these guys. They'll help you out getting the mats out there, getting other stuff out there, getting equipment staged out there.
Once-
We all gotta work
Once,
together.
and the thing of it is the way the turmoil's been in the township, I just kind of been handling it for the township this last
What are
few
you
months.
talking about turmoil?
You know what I
I
mean.
don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, I thought now that it's calming down,
Easy.
I'll talk with Ted and Sam and we'll get something lined out. And
Please,
that way,
please.
Yeah, we're here
We got
to
a
help,
plan.
so
so,
just let us know. Like,
I
I
know.
like the 3-day advance notice, I mean, that's.
yeah, as soon as I know, you'll know.
Okay.
It kind of just went crazy and I knew you was busy down there, so I just took care of it, so,
Well, you always got Randy and I, we're happy to help too.
yeah, so, I'll get with these guys here in a few days and we'll come up with a plan. As we go.
Last thing I have is don't forget to vote.
Oh, yeah, that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Vote on you,
Vote for Brady.
vote for Brady.
You can write in too.
That's all I got.
All right, thank you, Mr. Treasurer, Mr. Clerk.
I spoke with Colin about the FEMA process and everything, and submitted with the county their emergency service, all of Ted's documentation and everything. So I believe the ball is in other government organizations' court.
What about the June 3rd, 2025 FEMA? I think we need to call Mike, Mr. Clean,
Yeah.
K-L-I-E-N, I think you spell it, and set up a meeting and push, see where we're at on that.
How much money is that?
That's a big one.
I'll follow up with him.
Yeah, 'cause,
on the FEMA site though, that one shows that it's closed.
So where are we at?
On like receiving the.
Yeah, because it should be in Washington getting, on somebody's desk getting approved, or?
For the 2025, all of that has been approved and all the documents are closed. And so we should have already received the money. I thought we had already received it.
I think that's what your FEMA money is.
When did we receive that money?
Well, so on here on the budget, it looks like we were planning on getting a $75,000 check for 2025, which I don't think we've gotten.
Okay.
So I don't know. Does that sound right?
Yeah, you
Is that-
get a certificate.
You probably scroll back through QuickBooks, you're gonna notice $75,000 deposit pretty
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah.
If you guys would follow up on that, we don't wanna.
We gotta,
Thanks for bringing that up, Ted.
push that through.
Okay, anything else, Brady?
Oh, that was it.
Okay. I gotta jump back. Sorry, I skipped over the website.
It's okay.
Right. No, I know, but, so, John's still working on it, and, in the works.
Yeah.
Soon we'll have it, so. Mr. and Mrs. Junior and senior overseer.
Senior.
I don't think, we've got, Ted's got several core projects in the works. I think we were going to, we got a big project on 40th that we are going to kind of hash out. That, kind of try to, see what kind of project that's gonna be before we wrangle it.
That one's gonna be a little bit down the road.
And make sure we get that, iron that out before we get that started. It might be an animal, we don't know.
Well, I got figured out. I would like to get in there as dry, and I can get in the ditches and I can yank some trees out. Because once it starts raining, but in the fall, usually in September, we get some pretty good gully washers and,
No,
We just gotta, we gotta get all four of us, we gotta meet out
Yeah.
here.
on that, and then, of course, the ongoing 50th, we're gonna, to close that project out, we'll polish those ditches up about here in a couple months to polish that stuff up, plant grass, we got a stump to take out, try to plant some grass on that, close that whole project out. Same thing throughout the other, trees, it's all, nothing earth shattering. right?
Yeah, I think you covered it. Don't forget 50th Street culvert to replace.
Yes.
No, I didn't forget that. Did a nice job in the
Yeah.
mud. Yeah, talking about getting sporadic rain, but I didn't get it elsewhere.
Oh,
Ted
yeah.
had an open ditch. And the
That
road-
little
the-
project
the
right
road
there,
looks
we
nice.
took out 10 loads of dirt. That shows you that's a little project,
Yeah,
but 10 loads of dirt came out of those ditches.
yeah.
That shows you, I mean,
I'll let you give your report and equipment report, but I wanted to, these are the things that you had laminated. I printed them back out, and I got, this is from last month, so.
oh, okay.
This just for us, for our files,
Oh, okay.
so, and again, if you would, please, just a couple of things. One, print the stuff out and so that we can read it, maybe?
Well, I know, I did, this month I did it differently.
Okay, well, I'll let you get to that in a second, but, one, just,
I
print them, but then if you would
made it small
also,
so you couldn't read it, so you didn't know.
the other thing that I need everybody to start doing a better job on is, if we're just, chatting about something and we're doing that in our texts, that's one thing, but if it's an actual project related, we got something coming from the county, something that Davis has sent or Curtis has sent to us, or whatever, it's official, I need that to be in email rather than text form,
Oh.
okay, from everybody, so that it's, that's just a proper way to handle things from a
Yeah,
business
what-
standpoint, and then, wait a minute, listen. One, it's a proper way to handle things from a business standpoint, and then it's easy for us to go through and search when we need to, so. Go ahead.
What is the new email for us?
Well, we're just all of the ones that we've been using. There's Benton, the one that the website's gonna be based around is bentonKSTownship@gmail.com.
Okay.
But I mean, you wouldn't, I mean, if you don't wanna use the email that you've been using, then we can set you up a township Gmail.
Well, I'm all right.
Huh? You're okay?
I'm okay.
With using the one you've been using?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm transparent, I'll do whatever.
Okay, well, here, talk about your report here.
Oh, we pretty much covered everything, I don't know, my jaw's pretty shot, I had to go to the dentist today. So anyway, I'll let you read it and weep, I guess. The roads, we did 50th Street, put in a culvert, we discussed that. 40th Street, we're gonna wait on that for a while. We talked about the FEMA preliminary reports, we talked about that, the grading and the maintenance. This is pretty much what I did through the month. Did a lot of things. Let's see, the shop, we put some BD2 down on the gravel to keep the dust down.
Thank you.
We did the storage cleanup, we've already talked about that. Went to the dump a couple of times. Fleet maintenance, okay, did some repair, oh, the Kubota, we talked about that. Oh, the yellow beast, we haven't talked about that. Last month, we talked about getting the hood for yellow beast. I call it the yellow beast, it's the yellow dump truck. Ford hood. And I looked up some prices and I put them on this sheet for you to think about.
Yeah, and I had seen that, and I do want to get that fixed
Yeah.
because it not only looks bad, but it's a safety issue. But we'll see how everything comes out budget-wise for the end of the year before we spend the money on that.
Yeah, you told me to throw some numbers out there.
Yeah, thank you for looking it up.
Okay, so anyways, the roadway budget, financial, I was kind of concerned about that. I wanted to get some rock out on the road for the township. But I'm kind of waiting, kind of hesitating, seeing what this chip seal is going to cost us. So I haven't been spending any money.
And if there's anything that it needs it, it's in a critical area, you're okay. We're not going to be.
Thank you.
I mean, don't go dump $300,000 with rocks
Right.
tomorrow, but you know what I mean.
understand.
If there's bad potholes, did you get tumbleweed taken care of today?
I did.
Thank you. And that's, again, anybody that's watching at home, you know, everybody has to be the eyes and the ears for their own little part of the township. And that you know, Residents have expectations of us. We have expectations of residents. You know, don't expect that this, whatever little drone or whoever, Smurf, is out there inspecting every section of the township. You're in charge of your own little world. You see something on your road, you see something in your area, let one of us know about it and we'll get it taken care of. At the same time, as I've said it before, and I'll keep saying this a lot, you do not need my permission, the board's permission, the overseer's permission to improve your section of the township. If you want to go out there and cut some trees, do some things that makes things better, you know, I'm not talking about altering the flow of water or doing anything crazy, but you want to trim some trees back, help some stuff out, please do so.
Excellent. Yeah, I like that. Good.
So, help us be the eyes and ears. Makes it easy. So. Any questions, comments? We got it all covered? Okay, we'll adjourn the meeting.